Today I want to introduce you to a plant that is very normal and very much loved in the part of the world that it comes from, and yet it remains largely unknown to the rest of the world. This isn't because it's not a brilliant plant, it simply is because one doesn't tend to look to that part of the world when thinking about houseplants. Yes, indeed, this plant is from my home country, South Africa, and therefore I feel a lot of pride introducing you to it, and I hope that with this video I can convince you to try and acquire one, to try and grow one, and appreciate it for the beauty that it is. This plant is indeed the Spekboom, otherwise known as the pork bush or the dwarf jade tree or the elephant bush. So I shall talk you through today what it is and why you should be getting one. I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera and just show you what it looks like. As you can see, it is really very fleshy. It's very malleable, and so it's a brilliant specimen plant for manipulating, for training, for working into a small bonsai shape, and really just treating it as you want. Really versatile and really forgiving. From afar, you will be forgiven for thinking this is just an ordinary jade plant, which is commonly seen indoors. It is a dwarf version of it, but it doesn't belong to the same family. Spekboom, or Portulacara afra, belongs to a completely different family known as the Didieraceae. That took a long time to correct in pronunciation. And it is basically a succulent or small tree. Growing in the northern hemisphere or as a houseplant, it will never reach the size that it would in its native habitat. And if you can picture where it comes from, it is warm, it is sunny, and it is rather dry. And so looking at the leaves and the stems, you'll be able to tell very quickly that it is a plant that holds onto water and uses that water in times of drought. And then when it doesn't have water, the leaves kind of shrivel and fall off. And then the moment it gets a bit of water, it rejuvenates and grows rather quickly. Now, it's all good and well to speak about them in their natural habitat, but what would we want to do living in the northern hemisphere where it's much colder, where winters are much harsher, if we want one? The answer is pretty simple. Treat it as any houseplant. Well, saying that, it's not quite so simple because houseplants aren't all treated in the same way. But treat it as a plant in which you would keep it on the drier side in winter. And the moment the temperatures start increasing, you are able to water it a bit more regularly and supply it with as much light, indirect light, and heat as you can. Once you see it starts to grow, feel free to move it outdoors. In USDA zones 9 to 11, you can keep them outdoors permanently, and they can handle a mild spell of frost, but it is, in my experience, the combination of frost and wet, as we have here in the UK, that actually does just destroy it. So I have unfortunately lost one or two specimens by experimenting with them outdoors, and I have decided that isn't the environment for them. And so I do just bring them indoors and keep them sort of as houseplants that don't require too much water during those months. It is indeed these glossy and fleshy leaves that give it its nickname of elephant foot, where in its natural habitat it does serve as a food source for elephants and for goats in the area. You might be surprised to know that it is also very much loved by humans. I guess not commercially, but certainly if you have one and you're able to pick a few leaves and incorporate them into salads, you will be very pleasantly surprised with their sort of slightly sour, clover-like flavor. Another interesting fact worth mentioning about Spekboom is the fact that it has become known as a little bit of a miracle plant, and the reason for that is because of its high ability to sequester large amounts of carbon relative to its size. And therefore, it is the perfect and ideal plant to have 1, 2, or 10 specimens of if you could. It responds really well to pruning and not requiring a lot of water, which makes it ideal for those of you that don't want to care too much for your plants. And the other thing that makes it a brilliant plant is how easily it takes from cuttings. So therefore, you are able to propagate large numbers and spread them out in your garden and your home as you please. So if you're looking for a plant that's tough, resilient, and very interesting and genuinely different from plants that most people might be growing or that most people know, then Spekboom definitely deserves your attention. It just goes to show that there are so many plants out there that might not be mainstream on social media or in trends or commonly found in garden centers or nursery. And once you get to know them a little bit better, they grab your attention and they hold on to them for a long time. In fact, it's about understanding a plant's natural environment and requirements that they might have in those areas. If you enjoy content like this, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Every like, every comment really, really helps me, and I would love to see in the comments whether you've ever heard of this plant and whether you might now be interested perhaps in acquiring one yourself. See you next time.